we have learned and will continue to learn lessons from you. The crimes that were committed here against you and your close relatives were never meant to see justice. No one was ever meant to be brought to book. There was never ever meant to be anything other than a disgraceful, mendacious inquiry that was Widgery's. That was meant to do it. And the years in which you tried and tried and tried again, and no one would have it. But you forced the state to take on board what was your absolute right. It doesn't bring back those people who died. It doesn't bring them back. Nothing will ever bring them back. These are perhaps the worst of crimes that have ever been committed, because they were in a situation that was so deserving of something utterly different. When people were marching for the most basic of rights, were marching in ways that demonstrated utter integrity, absolute principle. To have been killed in those circumstances was intended to be a destruction of the principle, destruction of a community, destruction of a people, destruction of a culture. Quite a long time ago, when by nature of the job I've been privileged, unbelievably privileged to do, there came a time in relation to individuals who've been in prison for a very long time in England, Irish people, when they came to be capable of getting out of prison. Some of them had been 20 years in prison and had achieved the time that had been set as the minimum term for them to be in prison. And the processes to be gone through of parole boards, were they worth engaging in? Who knows? But if they were going to be engaged with, they might as well be engaged with truth. And so, by being present, by talking to the people I talked to why it was 20 years before they had volunteered for the IRA. All of them all of them said it was Bloody Sunday. A fisherman's son, a farmer's son. It was the civil rights marches, and it was Bloody Sunday. So when crimes, state crimes and injustice are allowed to win, so to speak, they don't achieve national security, they don't achieve security of the state. They fuel conflict. And so, learning from you, from that, the lesson is that we have committed crimes and are committing crimes to this day of a dreadful kind. We have failed to learn the lessons from you. We have not learned the lesson that injustice fuels reaction, that state action causes reaction. We haven't learned that lesson. But we ought to, and we ought to be grateful to you beyond what anyone can know. What you have done, what you have made us face up to, is extraordinary. And if we don't learn the lessons you have so unselfishly given us, then we are not only undeserving, we are living in a very dangerous way. Again, this is a great honor to be here. I hope that what you have in the next week or 2 weeks somehow reflects what you would wish to be the record of such criminality and such injustice. But whether it is or not, we are greatly in your debt, and we have the most profound respect. Thank you.